Hi yogis, this will be a short beginner video. Do what feels good. If anything doesn't feel good, just know that you don't have to do it. Just move in ways that support and bring health and wellness to your body. So we'll start seated, or if that's uncomfortable for you, start lying down. Palms facing up. Just begin to allow the eyes to close and begin to just settle into your own body. Begin to notice the parts of the body that demand more attention. And just allow your attention to land there. And then slowly begin to shift that attention to your breath, feeling that long, slow inhale and the release of the long, slow exhale. And begin to meld the breath with that part of the body that's calling for attention, filling up that space with breath and love. Let's open up space to heal ourselves and to feel vibrant in our own bodies. Take a long, slow breath in through the nose. And then let that breath flow out. If you're lying down, come to your seat. We'll take the hands, interlace them together, and then inside out the hands. So the elbows squeeze together and the palms face out. And then see if you can let the hands glide upward. Pressing through the hands, stretching the forearms. Squeezing those elbows inward and lowering the shoulders down the back of the body. And take a one long, slow breath here. And then let that breath out through the nose. Let's let the right hand lower to the ground by the right hip. Left hand will reach up and overhead, stretching the side body. Take a breath into the ribs and fill up. And just pour that breath out. Come back through center. Reach up through both arms. Left arm floats to the floor. Right arm reaches overhead, stretching through the right rib cage. Breathing space into the ribs. Keeping that right hip planted and reaching out through the right fingertips. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, take the left hand down to the right knee. Let the right hand float behind you and take a gentle twist. Maybe you look over the right shoulder as you twist through the neck as well. Imagine pressing down through your tailbone and your hips and lifting up through the top of the head. Inhale, come back through the middle, arms up. Exhale, right hand to left knee, left hand behind you for support. Twist yourself around. Maybe you look over that left shoulder. Inhale, sweep those arms back up and overhead, facing forward, and let the hands come to the floor and begin to walk them forward. Maybe they go really far forward if the hips are open, or maybe they sit closer to your body if the hips are tighter. And then just lean a little bit left and right and begin to stretch through the low back. Stretching into the hips. Just noticing how it feels in your body. Are you beginning to notice parts of your body that maybe you haven't paid attention to in a while? And then slowly walk those hands back in. We're going to uncross the legs and plant the feet on the ground, about hip distance apart. We're going to hold our knees and we're going to round the spine. So first we're going to pull the spine back, tucking the chin in towards the chest, rounding through the back. And then we're going to inhale and imagine trying to pull your chest through your knees as you look up to the sky. Exhale, draw those ribs back, rounding the spine outward. And then inhale, pull the spine forward, rounding the spine from the underside. And then keep moving with your breath. Exhaling as you roll back and inhaling as you reach forward, opening the heart and throat. Move through just a couple more. Good, and then coming to neutral, we'll cross the ankles and we'll stand in a forward fold, allowing the knees to bend. And letting your head just drape towards the floor. So you may feel some expansion in the spine as the head drops down and the tailbone reaches up. And allow those knees to bend enough that you feel your ribs against your thighs. Always breathing through the nose to trigger the parasympathetic nervous system, to relax the brain. Now let's put that right hand in front of the right foot. Bend the right knee nice and deep. Just reach up through the left hand. Taking a twist, pull that left shoulder away from your left ear. Let that left hand float to the ground, placing it in front of the left foot, and then reach up through the right arm, pulling the right shoulder back and down. Lower that right hand down to the ground. Bend both knees, reach the hands out, chair pose, sitting the hips back, and using the strength of your legs and your torso to hold you here. If you feel like you've got it possible in the body, it may be a little early for this, you can even lift the heels up. You may wobble a lot, especially if you're on carpeting. This will be much trickier than if you're on a hardwood floor. If the heels are up, lay them back down. Exhale, fold the body. Inhale, reach your arms out and up overhead. And exhale, pull the hands down through the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root through the feet, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, pull them through your heart center. Inhale, take the arms up and overhead. Exhale, lower. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Now let's take the arms behind us, interlace them. Press them together, palms together and down. And then we're going to sit back into our chair pose, pulling those hands back, stretching through the collarbones and through the front of the chest. Take another breath here. And then we'll straighten the legs, folding forward, or leaving the knees bent and draping the head towards the ground. Keep pressing those palms together, stretching through the shoulders. Good, one more breath. And then just let those hands float down to the ground. Inhale and halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Leave the right foot where it is. Step the back foot towards the back of the mat and spin your heel to the ground. We're going to walk the hands back so that we can place our right hand on the right shin for triangle pose. We're going to straighten up through the right leg and reach the left arm up to the sky. So depending on how mobile the hips are and the inner groin muscle is, you may have your hand higher up on the shin. And then we just want to spin those ribs around, spinning the left ribs open. Good, and then we'll reverse it. Let the left hand float towards the back leg and reach up through the right hand. Nice, coming back down. Bring the hands to the floor and we'll find a plank pose. Stepping back, hug the belly in. You can also lower the knees to the ground if that's more comfortable in a plank pose. And we build strength in the whole body in plank. If being on your hands is too intense on the wrists, you can always come on the forearms for plank. It doesn't make it any easier though. So if you're looking for an easy way out, this is not it. Good, and then we'll lift up to a down dog. So if you're on your forearms, you can just walk the feet forward. If you're on your hands, lift the hips up and press back. The heels are pulling in the direction of the ground, and this is a really nice stretch for all the big muscle groups in the body. Big breath in, let it out. And then we'll walk the feet up towards the hands. Inhale and halfway lift. Exhale and fold. We'll leave the left foot where it is now and step the right foot towards the back of the mat so the toes point towards the front right corner of the mat. They're at a 45-degree angle. And then we can place the hand on the ankle or the shin, and we begin this twist in the spine. So we're twisting the left ribs so that they're stacked under the right ribs. And then we reach from the tailbone up through the top of the head. So we're stretching the inner groin and the hips here, building strength in the legs. You can take your gaze up to the fingertips. And then we'll reverse our triangle. Take that right arm down and lift up through the left, reaching up and back. Good. And then we'll bring the hands down to the ground, come back to a plank pose, and we'll slowly lower ourselves all the way down to the ground. We'll take the hands either out to the side, or if you can clasp your hands behind you, we'll do that. And then inhale, lift the chest, lift the legs, squeeze those palms together. Use the strength of your back body to lift you. One more breath here, and then release. Lifting yourself back to a down dog. In our down dog, let's spread the feet out so they're hip distance apart, and then take a deep bend in the right knee and look under the left shoulder. Press the right heel down, bend the left knee, look under the right shoulder. Come back. Walk the feet up towards the hands. Inhale and halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Stand all the way up. Reach out and up. Pull the hands down through your heart. Close your eyes for a moment and just be here. Allow the eyes to open. We're going to root through the left foot. Float the right foot up and see if you can cross it like you're crossing your legs. Crossing that ankle over the left knee and then bend the left knee as if you're sitting down. So we're going to get a nice deep stretch in the right hip. And we're going to find balance. And we're going to build strength in the left leg. Sitting down. So the hips stay above the knee, but they're moving in the direction of the knee. One more breath. And then inhale, come on up. Stand in your mountain pose. Shoulders stack over the hips. Hips stack over the heels. And then root through that right foot. Lift the left foot up. See if you can cross the left ankle over the right knee. Hands can come to prayer, or you can wave them around for balance, whatever works for you. Right? We're learning balance. So when we come to yoga, we usually come either with strength or with nice flexibility, but we rarely come with balance. So we need to take time to just learn, to just let the body find balance. One more breath. And then release that foot down. Inhale, reach those arms up. And we'll take a back bend. So we're going to press the hips forward, lift through the heart. And take your gaze up to the sky. Maybe your gaze is back behind you. Root through those feet, lifting the heart. And then exhale, bend your knees. Fold forward. Inhale and halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees. And we'll sit all the way down. We'll take a boat pose, pulling the knees in towards the chest, floating the shins to parallel. And then seeing if you can let go with the hands. Good. Pulling the chest towards the knees. Then we're going to take a low boat. We're going to go low, legs and shoulders hovering off the ground. And then we're going to lift it back up. Just a couple. Low boat. Come back up. Low boat. Come on back up. Low boat. And then we're going to lay all the way down. Let's take a happy baby pose. So we're going to open up the feet. Bring them towards the sky and grab either behind the thighs, pulling the knees towards the armpits, or maybe you can reach the feet and draw the outer edges of the feet down. And you begin to feel your tailbone pressing towards the ground in the low back. And maybe rock left and right, just giving a little alternating. Feels really nice on my low back. And then we'll release the feet up towards the sky. we're going to make a little smiley face in the sky. So we're going to take the feet over towards the left and then sweep them down slowly and then raise them back up towards the right side. So you're drawing a little smile in the sky. And just take those a couple times, building core strength and strengthen the legs as well. Nice, and then we'll come back to neutral. Take your right leg and see if you can cross it over your left, and then you can bend the knees. And we're going to drop both knees over towards the left side of the room. Look to your right, looking over that right shoulder, taking a twist. If this feels too intense in the back, you can untangle the legs and just stack one on top of the other. Breathe full and deep into the chest, through the belly, through the rib cage, and then let that breath out. And then we'll just let that right leg slide off the left. Come back onto your back. And we'll see if we can cross the left leg over the right. Maybe this is the side that feels a little easier. And then we'll drop both knees over to the right side. And we'll take our gaze to the left, twisting through the spine. Long, slow breath in, filling the ribs, the chest, and the belly, and letting that breath out. And then we'll slide that leg off the other. Then we'll take the legs up the wall so the knees can be bent, feet are flexed towards the ceiling, and let's make some rotations with our ankles, going one direction and then the other. And then we'll hug the knees in towards the chest. And we'll begin to rock and roll up and down the spine. And then coming to seated. Bring the hands into heart center, allow the eyes to close. And take a long, slow breath in. Long, slow breath out. And then bring your attention to that part of the body that was calling for attention when we began this sequence. Meld your breath there again. Opening up space and peace and harmony in your body. So that ends our little sequence. Good luck. Let me know what you think of it, and we can build from here. So we'll end our practice by saying the highest in me sees and honors the highest in you. And that word in Sanskrit is namaste. Namaste. Thank you for staying and playing and trying something new. Hope you feel good in your body and drink lots of water and be gentle with yourself. Bye.